What's up, guys? Hi, we're here with Sally. Sally, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am 60 years old. I am a medical coder, so I work from home on the computer all day long. I've been at CrossFit, I think, about 6 months.
Okay. What initially brought you to us?
I've been struggling with my weight since my 30s, but the big issues were my health issues. I have diabetes and fatty liver and hypertension and just several chronic issues that were getting worse instead of better, even though I was being treated for them by my doctor.
What it feel like to struggle with that?
It was frustrating and scary because I realized this was May that I was getting ready to turn 60. Even though I was started on a new injectable med for my diabetes, my blood sugar just kept going up higher. So I decided I need to find something that's going to work for me, or I'm going to be on insulin. I'm going to end up with all kinds of health issues due to the diabetes. It affects your whole body.
What were you trying before you came here?
Well, of course, they always encourage you eat better, exercise, and that's the advice you get. But the big thing is more medicine, higher doses. He had even increased my dosage of my medicine, but the blood sugar ended up going up. So that's when I knew I had to find a way that was finally going to help this issue.
So you've got that diagnosis from the doctor. These things start rolling out. Then what made you decide to give CrossFit Branson a try?
I have tried other forms of exercise over the years. I've joined gyms. I've had personal trainers. I try walking. All of it is so boring that I never stuck with it. It's like, oh, I don't want to go do the same thing over and over. It just, even though I needed to, I couldn't get myself to do it. So that's when I started Googling personal trainers. That was my first thought, is to get another personal trainer. And actually, this was the first place I looked at. I filled the information out online, and then you called me back, and I had my meeting with you, and I actually didn't think I was going to do it. I signed up. It's like, no, I'm going to back out.
Or did you actually think you were going to come to the meeting, or even when you signed up, you didn't think you were going to go through it, even after signing up?
I knew I was going to come to the meeting. It's like, well, I can go talk to him. That's okay. After I signed up to come to a class and talk to a few people, oh, no, that's too hard, and I had a lot of warnings that people were concerned about me starting a program like this. Thought I was too old and frail or something. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, or maybe they're unaware of exactly what we do here, right? Too, maybe.
Or I thought I was too old, too overweight, just a little scared about it.
Sure. Totally normal, totally natural. Starting anything new, right?
Yeah.
What was different? So you've had personal trainers in the past. What was different about our service in particular?
Well, I was very intimidated when I came to that first class. Of course, in the beginning, you were with me the whole way, helping me through explaining all the exercises. I liked the whole class situation because I wasn't the only one there doing it. It helped me to see people around me and supporting each other. And it just helped me having you there to help encourage me and show me how to do it. And it wasn't boring. We did a lot of different exercises, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to finish this one, but I did. Each step I was able to complete, and it wasn't the same as walking on an elliptical for an hour.
Sure.
That was like, oh, great, I'm done.
Yeah, which you want to say is better than nothing, but I always ask, is it? Is it better than anything?
Even when I did that, I didn't have a lot of success.
Yeah, that class environment, right? And that breeds healthy competition, or that breeds encouragement. Like, oh, well, if that person over there is doing it, I can do it and should be able to do it, right? You have not only a coach leading the class, but you have me there kind of in a semi-private personal training. Like I'm there right with you in the beginning, especially when that's the most important. And that's our goal with going into class with you. It's like we want to make you feel comfortable here long enough that you can start to understand how this works and start seeing results, right? Because if we can't get you comfortable coming to class, it's hard to then elicit any of the activities needed to get you results, right? So if we can just get you in here, lower that intimidation level down, with encouragement, showing like, hey, you can do this stuff. We're going to modify it so that you can bring that confidence up. And then now we can start actually showing up and making progress and getting the results.
That was a big thing because I was afraid I would embarrass myself. Oh, I'll get too out of breath, or I'm going to get too hot and get dizzy.
I think I remember you were very worried about getting too hot.
Yes, but I was fine. I was able to do much more than I thought I was going to do.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Ongoing service. Now you have the classes. What else has helped you along the way here? As far as like, hey, we went into class together. What else have we've been doing that's been helpful for you?
Well, the meetings we have. How often do we have those?
Bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly.
Yep. Every once a fortnight is what I've been wanting to say lately. Lisa, thank you.
You definitely helped me get back on track. I've done real well making it to class every time, but I'm still working on my food issues. And you always inspire me when we get together and talk about it. It's like, okay, yeah, I've not been writing down my food, so I need to start doing that. And I'm more aware of what I'm eating after I meet with you. It kind of gives me that boost where otherwise it's easy to kind of let up on it.
Right. Yeah, it's the accountability portion of the whole thing.
Yes, and of course we just go over how I'm doing otherwise, health-wise, and kind of the whole picture.
Sure. Right. Awesome. Tell me about the moment that you realized like our unique approach was actually working to solve your problems.
Well, the first thing was I actually came back.
Okay.
That was the big thing.
Yeah. Right.
I really didn't think I'd go past the first class.
That's that gaining that confidence, gaining that comfortability to get you in here and keep you in here.
Yes, it was. I was ready to come back. And as I kept coming back, I liked that it wasn't the same thing every time. And then that very first week, I started seeing a little bit of improvement in my blood sugar. That I was shocked the very first week.
Yeah, because you had a monitor on your arm, right? And so the first week you're already seeing. Yes. Very cool.
Yes, that was because I've been working on that for a long time, and when I saw that, it's like, no, it's just a coincidence. But I kept getting better and better numbers.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that was. I mean, that moment that you realized it was working, and that was happening in the first week you were here.
The first week, yes.
I say that often is like and that is a very objective thing, you know, that we're looking at. Numbers of your blood sugar. Like we can see it on paper. Is it getting better or getting worse? It's not subjective, right? So we are always looking at that. Secondly, what we like to improve and think about improving is mostly between the ears, right? And you said that even before. I kept coming back. So your confidence was building, right? Yes. So that was an improvement between the years. Like I can confidently walk into this gym. Those things have to get better before we start seeing anything on the body, right? Because if we don't improve between here, then the rest won't follow, right? So.
And I was really scared at first when you stopped working with me because, okay, I'm going to be lost now. But I found that all the coaches are just so good and so helpful and so encouraging. And the other members are encouraging and helpful.
Sure.
So that was big for me.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Very good to hear. Yeah. You started out with that semi-private, almost one-on-one with me in the class. So you almost have two coaches in class, right? And then, we ended up doing a second session, right? You're like, don't leave me yet. And the goal is for me to like, let you do this yourself, right? To teach you can do this. But yeah, we ended up doing another round. I felt that you were kind of ready, but you didn't feel that way yet. So that's totally fine. Did a few more in-class personal training sessions. And then now you're in class, essentially on your own, but like you said, you have the class there of encouragement, and you have the coach that's also in the class there.
So I've always been pretty shy, so I've learned to speak up now when I need something.
Yeah,
and that's
raise your hand. Yeah, throw a PVC pipe at the coach. Be like, hey, I need something.
More some than others.
Yeah. What kind of things are improving in your life? What's better in your life now that your problems are being solved, are solved? What's improved in your life?
Well, I've of course lost some weight and some inches. I feel better because when your blood sugar is high, it throws your whole body off. You feel just this big fog over you, but the big thing were in the lab numbers. I started off when I came here with an A1C of 8.3. After 2 months, I had a checkup with my doctor, and it had gone down to 7.0, which is 1.3 low, which is huge in that short time.
In A1C numbers in that short time.
So then 3 months after that, I had my big yearly physical where they ran all the blood work. My blood sugar was then, or the A1C was 6.4, which is a huge jump from the 8.3, almost 2 points. My liver numbers, which had been high, my liver enzymes, which had been high for years, were not only normal, but well into normal. And then I was starting to have the beginnings of some signs of kidney damage. Those numbers went well into normal. My cholesterol's down. It seems to have hit every organ in my body has improved, which is big.
Which is
huge.
The most important parts, right?
Yes.
You can't live without those things.
I kind of need all those.
Yeah. Why does that matter to you? Why is it important that your organs are working properly?
Well, because I hope to live a long, healthy life. 60s always seems so old to me. Now it doesn't. I feel the same mentally as I was when I was younger. But you don't want to live to 90 or 100 if you don't feel well. If you're sitting in a chair all day or laying in bed. Almost 2-year-old granddaughter and a 4-year-old grandson, and I want to be able to continue to be in their lives fully and be involved and be a fun grandma.
Awesome. If you had one thing to tell a brand new person, maybe in your similar situation, what's one piece of advice, one thing you would say before getting them in here, before they started? What's one thing you would give to them?
To just give it a chance, not be scared to come in and try it. Talk to you and learn more about the program, and just give it a chance, because I was so scared, and it has just worked so well for me. It's definitely the best thing I've done for my health, I think, ever. Success, and I'm still coming back after this many months, and I think it's probably the longest I've ever stayed with something. So I just say, come in and do it, because it has definitely changed my whole life.
Well, thank you very much, Sally. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you so much.